Hi everybody, we are going to be making a top tab foldable to make graphing rational functions just a little bit easier. I need you to go and get 10 sheets of paper. Okay, I chose 10 different color sheets of paper, but if you don't have those, you can use all the same color, it doesn't matter. So take your 10 sheets of paper and fold them in half. The hamburger fold. So when you fold them in half, right? And then I want you to cut so that way you have 2 sets. We are only actually going to be using 1 set. So go ahead and pause the video and cut down the middle right here. Okay, welcome back. I now have 10 sheets of paper and they're all cut in half. Now I'm going to just use my white sheet of paper here, and I'm going to put the other sheets of paper to the side. Now first, I want you guys to take your half sheet of paper and fold down about an inch down the top. So you're folding down an inch. Okay. These are going to create the tabs of like along the top, and we are going to have 1 tab for each step to graph rational equations. So now we are going to have 8 steps. I want you guys to take your paper, fold it in half this way. Make a good crease. Fold it in half again. And fold it in half one more time. So now when I undo my paper, when I unfold it, I should have 8 sections. And I should have a top section just like that. So go ahead and unfold it all. Now we're going to be making the book part of this first, but then we will go back and fill in the information. So go ahead and take your first sheet of colored paper and put it behind your blank paper, your template. Okay? And what you are going to do, after you match it up, you're going to cut out this first rectangle right here. Let me mark it for you, that way you can see it. You're going to cut through both sheets of paper and cut out this little rectangle at the bottom. Both sheets of paper, and you're cutting out that rectangle at the bottom, that first fold, if you would. Okay. Now, take your paper, the one that's not the template, and put it to the side. We are not going to cut that one anymore. Take your next sheet of paper, and this time, you're going to cut 1 more space than the one before. So I'm going to use my scissors. I am going to, let me draw it. I'm going to cut out from here up to the second fold this time, and then over. Remember, you're cutting through both sheets of paper. And then over, like this. So I'm going to keep my template, and I'm putting this one that I just cut to the side. Get a new sheet of paper. This time we are going to be cutting up 1, 2, 3 folds. Okay, so cut up 3 and then over. I'll draw it on here real quick so that way you can see it. You're going to be cutting up 3, 1, 2, 3 folds, and then over. And once again, take the color paper that you just cut and put it to the side. We are only going to use our template paper now. Now with the next new half sheet of paper, put your template on top, and this time you're going to cut up 4 spaces. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and over. So cut up 4. Cut up 4 over 1. Okay. Keep your template, put the other paper to the side. Next sheet of paper, instead of cutting up 4 this time, you cut up 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and over. So once again, put the back sheet of paper to the side, keep your template, do the next one, cut up 6 folds and over 1. Keep your template, put the other one to the side. This time you're cutting up 7 folds and over 1. And then this last sheet of paper, my last sheet, I'm going to just cut all the way up. I'm going to cut up this last little tab. You're cutting all the way up, and that tab, that last one, cuts right off. And you should just have a shorter rectangle. Now I'm going to take that, one of the, you know how we cut 2 different stacks? I'm going to take one sheet of paper, probably the same color as my template, and put that one behind my stack. So now I should have 8 tabs going across, as well as a cover page, which is just a shorter rectangle than the rest. Now we're making like a book, okay? Now I'm going to staple my book over here. This is going to be the binding right there. So that way I can open all the pages, and I want the one that has the tab up in front. So you see how my first one is this green tab. I should be able to open it and see the green page. Okay, so why don't you put 2 staples. You want to keep them fairly close to the edge, that way you have more space to write. So I have 2 staples at the bottom here. Now we have our little booklet. Now on each page, we are going to put a different property on how to graph rational functions. And this last page, we are going to actually make the graph.